It's a beautiful day here at AMC, but I have to tell you about yesterday's Screen Unseen, which was a rare matinee Screen Unseen on a Sunday, and it was The Sheep Detectives.
If there's one secret to happiness, I propose it would be simply sheep.
Yeah, you're awake!
I've asked you a number of times not to do this.
The Sheep Detectives might be one of my favorite movies of the year. I am in a weird position where I came out of The Sheep Detectives having been shocked by how good it is, and I already was expecting a good movie. So we're in one of those positions. The effects are amazing. Did Amazon let somebody work on this for like 5 years? It feels like we're back in 2013 when CGI was like looking good for 5 minutes before Marvel turned it all into like forced labor camps where every decision was made 5 minutes before the movie came out and the effects look like crap as a result. This looks like a movie where time and effort was put into the effects. Wild, I know. It is really easy to watch the trailers for The Sheep Detectives and write it off as another animated kids movie that uses uncanny valley CGI on real animals and has a star-studded cast of stunt cast celebrities who are purely in it, so their name is on the trailer. And I'll be darned if The Sheep Detectives doesn't justify every dang one of those celebrities.
Do you know what humans call stupid people who can't think for themselves?
Ducks!
Sheep!
He's talking about you.
Like, Bryan Cranston is actually delivering a good Bryan Cranston performance. He's not just there, he's doing something.
Yes!
Are you coming?
I'm just, you go on ahead.
Why are you yelling? I'm only a few feet away from you.
But it feels so far.
All you have to do is cross the road.
As the wind shows up to ruin my microphone, I will just say I have not read the book that The Sheep Detectives is based on. I hear it's really good. There are a lot of people who enjoyed the movie who are saying the book is better, which makes me really excited to read the book. But coming from somebody who doesn't know anything about the book, please forgive me when I say some things about the movie real quick that might be answered with, well, it was in the book. I'm not going to spoil anything about the movie, but I will say there are some really interesting perspectives on how sheep think that saves The Sheep Detectives from being yet another one of those boring movies where the comedy is built around the idea that children or animals or aliens or whatever have a different understanding of the world because they're not humans. And it's always the most base level Rugrats level jokes about like, they understand things differently. The Sheep Detectives is a rare example of something that has like internal logic to how and why sheep process their place in the world differently. I know this is a low bar, but The Sheep Detectives has a better perspective on politics and how the world works than Animal Farm. And we live in that world right now. Case in point, it is established really early on that there's like one biological thing sheep can do that humans don't know about. And that one biological thing is if they decide they want to eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, a memory out of their heads, they just can't. They could just forget something if they choose to, which means they never have to remember bad things, which any adult in the room can immediately be like, oh, so it's a movie about grief and choosing to keep bad memories. Ding! You got it. Cousin Greg from Succession plays an inept cop, which is what you have to have in every single cozy mystery like this. He does a really good job at playing that inept cop, which is going to shock 0 people who watch Succession. But it's a role that he actually finds a lot to do in that could have been thankless. I had a lot of fun watching him explore the space a little bit.
So I had to go back there, give the scene a good searching. I put up the police tape. Stickier than I expected.
Don't care, nor would anyone ever. Have you read it? Have you even looked at it?
No, not my business.
It very specifically is.
Honestly, there's a few characters in The Sheep Detective, both the sheep and the humans, where, like, they're there. Like, Rhys Darby's kind of just there to fill a Rhys Darby-sized checkbox. I love Rhys Darby. It did feel like, oh, here's the Rhys Darby character, right? And it's only because he's barely in it. It's not that there's too much of him, it's that I want more of him. but that would make the movie much, much longer, right? If you did that for every actor. I honestly don't know what else to recommend about The Sheep Detectives besides the cast is really good. The writing is genuinely heartfelt. I was in a row of 4 friends, and there were many times in the movie, 3 or 4 at least, where everyone was crying, and I mean that in a positive way. Like, it is funny, it is heartfelt, it is sad in good ways at the right times. It is the kind of movie that kids can watch, but doesn't feel condescendingly like a children's movie. It's the kind of movie that passes what I like to call the Wall-E test. And what I mean by that is I have a much younger sibling, and that much younger sibling put me in a position that every parent can relate to since the invention of the VCR, where I had to watch a lot of stuff a lot of times. I will never touch the first 2 seasons of The Brady Bunch ever again, but I've probably seen Wall-E like 50 times because of my sibling. You could put on Wall-E right now, and that movie is like just so solid. Fine, yeah, I'll watch it. I've seen Spirited Away like 10, 15 times. I think that's probably the closest thing to a perfect movie I've ever seen. I could watch Spirited Away right now. To that note, I think The Sheep Detectives is one of those movies where I can give it an extremely rare compliment in the form of, I think I could watch The Sheep Detectives like 10, 15 times and not be sick of it. I think if a younger relative of mine wanted that movie on while I'm like hanging out, I'm not going to be upset about it. That's wild. That's wild in a movie about CGI talking sheep. So if you're on the fence about The Sheep Detective, for one, excellent pun, because fences, sheep, haha. But if you're not, you should go see it. You should go see The Sheep Detective. And if you want to help enable me going to more screen unsceens like this, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/GavinGWiz, where some wonderful people help make these videos possible. This is not the most expensive hobby in the world, but it is a hobby that costs time and money. So if you would like to support, even for free, at patreon.com/GavinGWiz, you can chip in on things like polls for movies I watch next, which anyone can vote on, even the people who are there for free. That'll do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and until then, try to go watch something good today. You can tell me about it. I want to know what you find.